Hey, I'm Spider Phoenix, and today I will be teaching you the handstand. So this tutorial is tailored to complete beginners. So even if you can't hold a handstand against the wall, this tutorial will teach you how to learn how to hold a handstand against the wall if you're not strong enough. So the first exercise you should be doing if you can't hold a handstand against the wall is the push-up plank. So this is how it looks like. If you're not strong enough to hold the push-up plank, you can go onto your elbows. And if you're not strong enough to do it on your elbows, go on your knees and go on your palms again. And if this is still too hard, you can go back down on your elbows. And you want to get to around 20 seconds of a hold until you move on to the next one. So after elbows, you'd obviously move on to palm. After palm, you might move on to one leg, then two legs, or elbows, one leg, two legs. Just depends where you at in terms of your strength. Once you get strong enough to hold the regular push-up plank for at least 20 seconds, you can start moving on to the pike hold. So the pike hold looks like this. Once this gets too easy, you want to elevate your feet on something. So this is how it would look when you put your feet on top of something. And like I said, you want to get this up to 20 seconds before moving on. Obviously, the way to progress this exercise is by lifting your legs up even higher, so putting on a taller surface. And once you get strong enough, you can start doing it against the wall with your feet in an L shape. I'll show you right now. You might start like this. Make sure to keep your hips stacked on your shoulders. Eventually, you can start walking up and getting closer to the wall. You can also lower yourself, obviously, get further away from the wall if you're not ready yet. Be in this type of position. Another key part of the handstand is the balance. So for the balance, there's one important thing that you should always keep in mind is your fingers. A lot of people, when they attempt the handstand, they try to balance. They try to just balance it with their palm, but the way you balance your handstand is more your fingers and over here. Because when you're balancing it, let me show you. You want to keep imagine you're gripping the floor. So imagine this is the floor. Imagine you're gripping the floor with your fingers. You're trying to grab the floor. That will help you balance in the handstand. A lot of people don't do that in the beginning, and usually most people just never find the balance. That's the difference between the people that take like a couple months to learn the handstand versus years to learn the handstand. So this is the main point for the balance in the handstand, is getting those fingers strong enough to actually grip the floor and balance yourself. A good drill for it, I'll show you right now. Doing it on the floor is a great drill because you can grip the floor, and when you're gripping the floor, you're trying to push away with your palm and then pull yourself in with your fingers. So push away with your palm and pull yourself with the fingers. It's a really good drill to basically teach you the movement that you're doing with your hands in the handstand. A lot of people, they just have flat hands and they're always like, why can I not balance this? Why can't I not just get the handstand? Well, it's because you just have flat hands and it's impossible to balance yourself with flat hands. You might get like a few moments of balance, but once you start falling one way or the other, you have no way of controlling it because your hands are just flat. You can't really control it. So you want to make sure you're gripping the floor as hard as you can with your fingers. Once you get strong enough to hold the handstand against the wall, I'm going to show you a couple of drills you can do against the wall while being upside down to strengthen your shoulders furthermore. So you want to stomach facing the wall. You want to walk up to the wall and you want to do shoulder taps. So you want to do around 10 on each side and then walk down slowly like this. And then obviously repeat this around 3 to 5 times. This will be good for your endurance against the wall. It just makes it more fun training for the handstand because you're not just holding the handstand against the wall, you're actually actively doing something. Okay, I'm strong enough for the handstand. I can hold it for a minute against the wall, but I can't hold it away from the wall. What should I do? Well, like I said in the beginning, you just have to keep trying. You have to persevere. You have to just keep going, and eventually you'll start finding the balance. Like I've mentioned before, the spider fingers is a great technique to find the balance in the handstand. But at the end of the day, it just depends on you whether you're willing to commit for a certain amount of time to finally find that perfect point where you can balance your handstand. Another great drill for the handstand, I like to call the tippy toes. So what the tippy toes are is basically, let me show you. You go up against the wall, stomach facing the wall again, and you wanna obviously stack your hips on top of your shoulders, and then slowly tippy toe away your legs from the wall. This will get you over the fear of being in a freestanding handstand and trying to fall over. And like I've mentioned before, this is a good way to learn the spider finger technique. When you're moving your feet away from the wall, you can press with your fingers so you don't fall. Same with if you start falling towards the wall, you use your palm to face you away from the wall. Of course, this wouldn't be a proper handstand video if I didn't tell you about the warm up you need to do for your wrists. The handstand is very taxing on your wrist, so you have to make sure that you're probably warmed up and you probably strengthen your wrists before you start actually training for the handstand. Because if you move on to it a bit too quick, you might get a pain in your wrist, or worse, you might injure your wrist, which you don't want, obviously. So let me show you a couple of exercises you can do to make sure your wrists are strong and healthy. So the first exercise to warm up your wrist is lean ins with your wrist facing forward, with your hand facing forward. And you want to do gentle lean ins, and slowly with each lean, you want to lean a bit more. You shouldn't feel any pain doing this. So if you feel any pain, just stop. It might feel a bit uncomfortable, but otherwise than that, it should be feeling okay. And you want to do this around 20 reps just to get your wrists nice, flexible, mobile. Obviously, you want to do this before you start the training for the handstand, so your wrists are actually warm and not stiff. Second exercise is putting the hands to the side, leaning to the right and to the left, right and to the left. Obviously, same technique goes here. With every lean in, you try to lean in a bit more than the last time. And then obviously this, which most of you probably won't be very flexible in this. I'm definitely not flexible here, but same thing applies here. Little leans, and then hopefully around like 10 reps, you will start opening it a bit more. Obviously, once you get a bit better, you're gonna start doing this and doing it in a plank, which will strengthen your wrists furthermore. And you can do that for each variation I just showed you. I know the wrist stretches you should be doing is these, where this part of your hand is on the floor. And you do the same thing, you do the same stretches. Left to the right, facing it towards you, back and forward, and then facing it here, back and forward. And then on your knuckles as well, you do this type of thing here. Just move your wrists around, make them nice and mobile. Now, once you finish your handstand training for the day, at the end of your workout, I recommend you to do some static stretches. So you want to grab your wrist like this by your finger, and you want to hold it here for around 30 seconds. Try to pull it towards your other side with your hand. So you should feel a nice stretch in your wrist. I definitely am feeling a stretch. So you want to hold this for around 30 seconds, then switch, then grab the pinky side, do the same thing. You try and pulling it towards this side, the opposite side. And then obviously 30 seconds. Next time you do both for both sides. Then you do this. You want to press against your hands. Do that for 30 seconds as well. And obviously, by your fingers, face it forward, straighten your arm out fully, lock it out, and then do the same. 30-second stretch. Same here. 30-second stretch. Then this way, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And yeah, I guess that's about it. If you have any questions or you need help, just make sure to comment down below. I'll make sure to help you, give you any tips. You can also message me on Instagram at SpiderPhoenix. Feel free to message me about any questions that you have. It doesn't have to be about the handstand. It can be about general calisthenics, diet, anything. Just let me know. Message me. I'll be happy to help. I was Spider Phoenix. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more videos like this, comment down below. What else would you like to see? Make sure to obviously like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you.